Hi, welcome to the Coffee Chat Show here on Buzzin Pattaya, the show where we talk about things that are happening right here, right now, as well as general news, tips, information and advice. And today, I'm delighted, I'm down here at Shooters in Soy 7. Joining me is the owner, John. How you doing, my man?
Very well, thanks, Trevor.
Nice to have you. Yeah, thank you so much for inviting us down here. It's been a pleasure.
More than welcome, more than welcome.
Now, if you're not sure where we are, have a look on the map now. You'll see there where the pin drop is. It's literally go on the BART bus along 2nd Road. As soon as you get to Soy 7, get off, come down. It's on the right-hand side. Can't miss it. Now, before we talk about this, and it's a lovely place, it's really big. I like the vibe, mate. It's really, really good. I mean, tell me a bit about yourself. So, where are you originally from?
Originally Croydon, Bromley area, southeast London. So it's nice to have a fellow south of the Thames man.
So you're a Halls boy in the Croydon Halls?
Croydon Halls, Palace is my team, you know.
Oh, he's a lad, he's a lad, he's a lad. We better cut that one there, I think. I know where he's a lad. So you're from Croydon, you're from South London, and you came out here. What made you come out here? Was it just a holiday, or what got you to Thailand?
I think like a lot of guys here, I was working in Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Doha in the Gulf quite a lot.
Nice.
I'd never travelled further east than that. And I had a few guys that I used to play golf with in Dubai had come over here and golf quite regularly, and they were like, come on John, let's get on a plane and go.
Yeah.
Came here once a year, became 3 times a year, became 5 years. Everyone knows the story,
yeah,
right?
We've all done that, haven't we?
We have.
When I tell people, I say, like, this is a drug. When you come out here, this place just sucks you in and won't let you go.
That's right.
And you're exactly like me. I came out here once, and then it was like, oh, I'll go back and back. So you kept coming out, so you played golf then?
Yeah, I used to play quite a lot to a decent standard.
What was your best handicap?
I got down to 6 at one stage. So yeah, but you know, old age creeps up, and you know, I need a few things taken care of in the shoulders.
Well, don't play Ian. Ian plays off 1. Yeah.
All right, I'll give him a wide berth.
Yeah, I think right now he hasn't played for a while, so I think he's on about 4. But he used to play off 1. But yeah, he's decent. It's about the only thing he can do.
I've heard that.
Yeah. Sorry, Ian. But so you come from Croydon out to Thailand. You fell in love with the place. You've been coming backwards and forwards. So when did you decide? You know what? I'm going to come here and live here.
I think what it was when I started coming here and I kind of made the decision that was where I wanted to be at some stage. And then people will look at it and they go, well, do I wait until I'm 55 or 60? When do I get my pension? How can I do it?
Yeah.
And you start looking at how is that gonna, you know, how am I gonna do that? So for me at that time, I was sort of like early 40s, and I was like thinking, okay, I know I want to be there, but I don't necessarily want to wait until I'm 55, 60 to get out there and enjoy it. I want to be out there a lot quicker. So basically sat down, right, get a job that's going to pay me X over a period of time, set myself a target and just work hard. Worked hard, got the money, came over here, started this.
Wow, so your first actual business venture out here was actually in what everyone says, don't do it, and that was in the bar industry.
Exactly. Although at the time the focus was much more on the guest house, because we were running a guest house upstairs. We still have the rooms up there, we developed all of that, and the bar really was going to be second fiddle to the main income, which was going to be rooms, because at that time, you know, going back 9-10 years, there was good demand for that kind of thing. But over time, and after we opened, the bar just sort of took off and took on its own life, way beyond what I ever thought it would be. And yeah, here we are today.
Because I mean, Soy 7, 10 years ago, it's a lot different then, wasn't it, to what it is now?
Yes, yeah, for sure.
So you've had the bar, obviously you've gone through the tough times. We've had the last 2 years of devastating situation we've been through. When you go back those years, I mean, do you ever look back and think, do you know, well, that's the best thing I've ever done? Or is it really like being one of those things, do you know, it's been good, it's been bad, it's been hard, it's been easy? I mean, if you went back all those years, would you do it all again?
I think I would. I mean, even today, I'm still looking at opportunities. I mean, as much as people can sit and we can all, you know, COVID has hit everybody. It's hit absolutely everybody around the world. But there's no point sitting on your backside and feeling sorry for yourself. And while it has brought devastation to a lot of areas of the economy, it's also given a lot of opportunity there. So there is a lot of opportunity still out there, and more opportunities coming up. So back to your question, would I do it all again? Yes, I would, absolutely. I like the challenge.
So 10 years ago, did you have hair?
A little bit, but not too much. This is a week's growth. This.
Well, you're doing better than me then. No. So, I mean, going back to the time when you decided that you were going to open a bar here, I mean, what made you choose Soy 7? Why not some of the other soys?
It was looking around for a property in the right place. So it was looking for what was available at a reasonable rent at the time, and then saying, okay, that's where we want to be. I remember very clearly at the time when I was saying to people I was looking at Soi 7, people were like, the Soi's had it, forget it, no one ever goes there. All the usual kind of thing. And really that just inspired me even more to go, I'm going to prove everybody wrong, and we're going to go ahead and do this. And what I always felt with Soi 7 was that, going back all those years, you had a lot of beer bars towards the bottom end of the Soi, but there wasn't anything else product-wise in terms of offering that was available. So to me, it just kind of made sense that, okay, let's try and do it here. And luckily, we were able to become more of what I would say is a destination bar, rather than relying on the footfall. And that's what it became over time.
I have to say, I agree with you totally on that one, because I mean, I've been here the same time as you. And when you used to come off Beach Road, it was all the concrete bars and all the girls standing outside trying to drag you in. It's like, no, I'm okay, thanks, no, I'm okay. And nothing wrong with those bars. I'm sure many people had millions of memories out there and had some great time. I actually used to walk up to this end because I liked it up there, because these were like air-conditioned bars. These were what I would call a bar, rather than sitting outside with a fan going above my head and sweating and thinking, oh man, this is like hot. So I think coming up this end, definitely. You mentioned a minute ago about the doom and gloom of saying Soi 7's finished, it's done, it's dusted. I have to be, I'm going to put my hands up. When I do my walkabouts, I was very unsure about Soi 7 and Soi 8's recovery after what we've just been through. Where do you see the Soi standing, and how do you see it moving forwards based on your knowledge about the Soi? Because obviously you've got much more hands-on experience here.
Well, I think we're seeing a big improvement already. There's a number of bars that have opened just opposite us. If I go back 6 months, 7 months, and when we were thinking, when will we reopen? Towards the bottom end, a lot of the beer bars to the left and to the right, people will remember Pandora's, for example, were all gone. But now if you go there, there is some life there. The places are starting to reopen slowly. So I think it's really just a wait and see, and it's all linked to tourist numbers at the end of the day. So if the people start coming back, which hopefully they will be in the next few months, we'll start seeing more life coming back to Soi 7.
I must admit, one of my go-to destinations was Soi 7 for Songkran. Songkran here was just unbelievably good. And it was like you walked down the middle of what was effectively a firing range, because they were so close at you each side, you just couldn't take cover. And it really, really was good. And hopefully, those days will come back and, it will bounce back. So you came out here, you decided that was it, you're going to do what everyone said you shouldn't do and prove them wrong, and you've done a fantastic job. I have to say, you've got a really, really good base here.
Thank you.
Where did the name come from? So are you like a six-gun shooter, or is it like football, or where did that come from?
No, actually, I have to give credit to when I was working in Abu Dhabi. I was doing a lot of the place where I was working. I had people that could do CAD design and building design and graphic design and all of that for me. And actually I have to give credit to one of my staff at the time who was working for me, because we were going through what should we call the bar, and I wanted something that was different at the time, just in the look and feel. And it was actually one of my staff that came up with the name in the end for Shooters. Wow. So
you're not a whiz on the pool table then?
Used to be.
Hey.
As with most things, the older you get, the less of a whiz you get to be, right? That's the way it goes.
Well, now I'm at the age now where I can see the shot, I just can't do it. I know my way around every single shot, but I just can't do it. Right. And I look at it and go, what is that doing? So you've been here now, how long have you been open for?
The bar's been open 9 years.
9 years. So going back 9 years, since then, obviously excluding the obvious the last 2 years, but during the actual opening times, what's been the hardest task? Because you had no experience, so what's been the hardest thing when you came out here and thought, yeah, I'll do this, and suddenly you find yourself looking at going, man, this is not what I was expecting?
Yeah, I think for a lot of people, even if you've worked in a lot of countries around the world before, like I had, or whether you haven't, still coming here and adapting to the culture and getting an understanding of the environment in which you're in, and then respecting that and trying to understand it and getting things to work, that can be a very, very big challenge. That's probably the biggest challenge. And you learn every day. Even now today, I've been here 9-10 years doing this, and I still learn new things every day. It must be the same.
So as the boss, what's it like with the timekeeping here?
Like
everyone says the same.
Yeah, well, our tie now.
He did have hair before, but that's why he doesn't have hair now, because it's the timekeeping. And you're like, it's 10 o'clock, where are you? Yeah, I come soon. But you meant to start at 9. Yeah, I still come soon.
Yeah.
What are you doing? And they walk in smile and go, hi, boss.
That's right. I mean, you can use a stick up to a point. So you know they've all got check-in cards, and if they're a minute late, they're going to get deducted. They're going to get deducted. But yeah, of course. What I've learned, one thing in the last over the years as well, is when somebody says 6 o'clock, that can be any time between 6:01 and 6:59, right?
Absolutely.
That's 6 o'clock. 7 o'clock is any time within that hour.
Yeah.
Again, you've just got to adapt to it. You've got to get used to it.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And you got to smile.
Absolutely.
Because if you get angry, I found that as well. Is if you get angry, why are you not? They lose their face and they don't learn. Like you just mentioned about respect the culture here. One of the big things here is losing face. Thais absolutely hate it. And instead of arguing with you, they'll just turn around and say, see ya, and you're like, oh, where are you going? You're not making me lose face like that. And it's hard, isn't it?
It is, it is. I mean, we're all human at the end of the day, and you do have days where sometimes it does just come out. And but as long as you know, you recognise it and then go, oh, do you know what, actually, I didn't handle that quite so well, and you just go and say, look, I'm really, really sorry, make your point again in a much calmer way, you will get respect back from doing it that way.
So we're here, double unit, is it double unit?
Yeah, double unit.
Double unit, I mean, you've got a nice pool table. What's the theme of the bar? I mean, where do you, if you had to describe what Shooters is about, how would you describe your bar?
The original idea was that when I was coming here, I always felt I wanted somewhere where I could go and play pool, I could go and watch a bit of sport on the TV, I could be watching girls dancing at the same time, and just have an atmosphere that wasn't full on go-go, but was more, I don't know, kind of pitched half in the middle between the normal beer bar that was available at the time and the go-go's that were there. So that was the kind of feel and vibe that we tried to set up here. So people that come here, you know, people we have come in here for one beer just to shoot some pool. We have people that will come in here for a whole evening. The idea is that whoever you are and whatever you spend, it really doesn't matter. The point is we want you to come in here, enjoy what you're coming in here to do, whether it's just play some pool or just chat with the girls, whatever it might be, and that you'll then, you know, come back as a repeat customer. That was always the idea. So
the girls that work here, how many girls you got?
At the moment, we're about 16 girls.
Oh, that's good.
And yeah, I mean, going back to what you were saying about the biggest challenge, you know, probably the second biggest one, very close, is you know, getting hold of girls. And then we've also been lucky that a large proportion of that 16 are girls that have been with us for 4 years or more.
Yeah,
so,
brilliant.
You know.
So which one of the girls is the best pool player?
Oh, Jar.
See, that was an instant, wasn't it?
If anybody fancies himself on the pool table, come down and ask to play a game of pool with Jar, okay? And see how you get on.
I'm coming down. I'm going to come down and I'll play Jar. Well, I'll tell you what, Willie, I'll talk to you later. Maybe, guys, what we might be able to do is, you know, we do the live stream where I play pool with the girls at different venues. Maybe we can try and set that up. It's a Sunday at 4 o'clock. And I'll come down and I'll take on Jar. And then she can play Ian. Ian's rubbish. He's absolutely rubbish.
Golf is his thing, right?
Yeah, but he's got good ball control on the golf. But you want to see him play this, he's hopeless. Hopeless. So in terms of, obviously, you know, you've got 16 girls, which is fantastic. Do you do any food here, anything like that?
We don't do food in here at the moment. You know, it's something over the years we've kind of thought, should we, shouldn't we, but we're well served. I mean, you know, if people want to come in here and just, they can order food. We've got a great Thai restaurant next door, so a lot of people will come in here and just, you know, if they do want to pack a prowl or whatever, we can get it and we can have it brought in if you want to eat in here, but it's not something that is necessarily, you know, our core business.
Not a key factor.
No, it's not our core business.
So talking to key factors, I speak a reasonably good level of Thai, and I can hear you wanging it out there to Bo earlier, so a lot of people say to me about, because I can read and write Thai and I speak Thai, so people say to me, how do you learn, Now you've got a good hold. I heard you speaking earlier to Bo. How have you found it learning the language?
Again, I've travelled around the world, so I've sort of picked up languages as I've gone along. I wouldn't say I'm a natural linguist. I have to do a lot of stuff by repetition, and learning Thai over all these years. Like a lot of guys, I started off learning bar Thai. Right, and then because I started playing a lot of golf, I was learning golf Thai. So, and then after a while, you get a certain number of words, and your vocabulary expands. And you can start putting sentences together. But I'm probably at the stage now where, you know, I've hit a bit of a wall. It's all down to tonality and yeah, I mean, we've all done it, haven't we? Where you can get yourself sometimes into more trouble.
It's better sometimes to not know what they're saying rather than sit there listening going, oh, really? Is that what's happening?
Yeah.
So you've got the bar. I mean, you've done a really good job, and I love the decor. It's got a really nice feel to it.
Thank you.
When you're working, I mean, are you here every day?
I try to be here every day, but in addition to the bar here, I've got Hooker's Fishing Lake over at Wat Yan.
Oh wow, okay.
So that's another business. We've had that for 4 years. When COVID first came and we had to close, or rather, tourists weren't allowed here, so the bars effectively were closing themselves. I opened with my partner a nightclub in Khon Kaen as well.
Have you?
So
Khon Kaen, happy days, happy days.
So we're hoping to get that open next month. So there's more than enough there to keep us busy.
Yeah, I love Khon Kaen. Khon Kaen, Udon Thani, all up there. Brilliant. Galasin, Korat, oh, fantastic.
You can have some real
And it's interesting you said about opening a nightclub in Khon Kaen, because a lot of people come here, they never ever travel. And I keep saying to people, guys, if you're here for 3 weeks, just jump on a bus for a couple of days and go up north and just have a look around, because you'll be amazed at the culture difference, about the whole, the vibe of the city. And people say, yeah, but they're just rural villages. Going to Khon Kaen, I mean, wow.
Yeah, yeah. I think it would be a real eye-opener. I vouch for what you said 100%. I mean, one of the things is, if people are going to be here for, as you say, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, at least get out for 2 or 3 days. Go and see what else is out there. It will add to your level of understanding.
Yeah, definitely.
And you can have a great time.
Yeah, definitely. So how do you relax? Because you've got a nightclub in Khon Kaen, you've got a fishing lake, you've got this. I mean, how do you relax?
I try and do a little bit of fishing every now and again. But really, any downtime I get, I just like to turn everything off and just relax.
Yeah. You mentioned fishing. Do you know Billy Makin?
I don't know him personally, but obviously when I was a kid, Billy Makin's floats, I used to use those. When I was fishing in the UK. So.
Yeah, but do you know what? I couldn't catch a cold. I'm hopeless when it comes to fishing. But I interviewed Billy, lovely guy, really nice. But I had no idea he's like a world-class fisher and superstar. And I was just like, so you know a bit about fishing? And he's like, well, yeah, I know a little bit. And I had no idea, none whatsoever. Yes. So I want to ask you a question. We've got a guy, he's on the other side of the world. He's coming over here and he's got absolutely no idea what to expect. And I say, son, put your cases down over there. Listen to my man here. He's going to give you some words of advice and words of wisdom. What would you tell him?
That's a really good question. What would you say to people? Because my experience is that, we've all done it. You can tell people, don't fall in love with the first girl. Don't get stuck in the same bar every night. But people do it. And you find that people will only learn by making their own mistakes and learning from their own mistakes. Yeah. But those, people are going to carry on doing it. I think the most important thing for a lot of people when they come here is to adapt to what you see. Be very relaxed, be respectful, try and understand that values here and society is very different. Even though you've got this massive party atmosphere and everything, at the end of the day, you're dealing with people. They are still, the people are working here, so you've just got to have that little bit of respect and don't get, don't get so wound up by some of the things that we were talking about earlier, that will wind you up.
Yeah. See, for me, I'm different. I've got a load of Samaritan cards printed out, and I just hand them one of them and say, give them a call when you need it, mate. It's going to happen. Lastly, before we go, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you. Thank you for taking the time out to talk to me. I want to ask you one last question, and that is about, there's so much talk, so much speculation, so much hype and misery and all the things about the future of this city. So many people are saying it's done, it's dusted. Others are saying no, it's going to bounce back. What is your honest view on where we stand right now as to when we're going to recover? How long before you think we're going to be back to what will be the new normal and back to what is going to be, hopefully, another buzzing environment?
Right, crystal ball time. My own personal opinion is there is always going to be a market for a place like Pattaya.
Yeah.
Pattaya isn't going anywhere. Pattaya will still be here. Whether the pie that represents Pattaya is the same size in terms of tourists and numbers of people that are coming, I think is up for debate and is wait and see. So I think if people are looking forward what to expect, are we going to see more people coming here post-COVID than pre-COVID? And how many bars will you need to service that pie? Because I think everyone will be taking maybe a slightly smaller cut of the pie. So, for me, I'm still very cautious. I'm still a little bit sanguine about things compared to a lot of people. But is Pattaya going anywhere? No, it's not. It's here to stay. It always will be. It always will be.
I think for me, the biggest thing that I'm kind of not concerned about, but I'm surprised about, is like yourself, you know, over the years, how many times have we heard they're going to do this, they're going to change that, they're going to change. But it seems right now that they genuinely are doing some of these changes. You know, you go to Walking Street right now, I would have bet $1 million that they would never, ever have changed Walking Street, and yet they are. You know, Simon Beer Bar complexes have gone, they're doing all the paving now, they're doing the and I'm thinking, they're actually going to do this. You know, they really are generally looking to try and clean up. I think they've done a fantastic job on the beach in Beach Road in Pattaya. All right, they've still got a few things they need to rectify, like the pipes going out into the sea and stuff like that. But they've done a fantastic job. Look around now, Second Road undergoing huge changes as we speak. Soy 15. So yeah, I think you're spot on that. You know, that pie is going to always be here, but what slice you get. It might not be quite as big as the one before, perhaps.
Yeah, or really it's about adapting again, because again, you know, it'll be interesting to see the kinds of tourists that are coming back. Is it going to be the people that used to come? I mean, even now at the moment, what I'm seeing in the last 2-3 months since we've reopened is that there's a lot of first timers coming here, a lot of first timers, which I was surprised at. I mean, we have people coming in here saying we'd never heard of shooters, we've never seen it, never been to Soy 7. So I think that's all got to kind of settle itself and see where we are in a few months.
Brilliant. Well, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much, sir.
Really, really
absolute
nice,
pleasure. I'm going to get John on Discord so you can catch up with him. If you want to ask any questions, there is a shooters room already in our Discord group, so have a look in there, and I'll get John to put some pictures of the girls and stuff, so you can ask questions, etc., etc. All right, well, it's been a pleasure, my man. Thank you so much indeed. That's it from me today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Please, as always, remember, hit the subscribe button and also the bell icon if you'd like to be notified when I bring out a new video. And as I've just mentioned there, please have a look on Discord. There's over 16,500 members on there now. It's completely free to join. It's an incredible wealth of knowledge on there and experience. So jump on the Discord, take a look. And if you would like to support the channel, there is a link in the description below. Membership starts with as little as 89p a month. All right, that's it from me. That's it from John. Thank you very much for watching. And please, as always, wherever you are in the world, stay safe.